welcome to your trigger point release class. So for this class, as always, you need your long foam roller or your double rolled up towels to give you that nice bit of depth, and obviously you need that length. You need your two spiky prickle balls, your soft squidgy Pilates ball and a strap. And of course, if you need a towel or something under your head or to bolster you for any of the movements, then feel free to grab whatever it is that you need. So we're going to start lying down on our roller or on our towel. So when you're ready, find yourself in that position, making sure that your bottom and your head is fully supported, and then just lie down here, letting your chest and shoulders roll open and letting your body just sink down. So take some deep breaths here and try and just relax down. See if you can slow your breath down. Taking those deep breaths, get as much air in as you can. Looking for that expansion of your rib cage side to side and front to back. And then we're going to start to move our arms here. So let's float those arms up towards the ceiling. And then just gently bring them down towards your hips. So I've got the palms facing in towards each other. So again, arms reach up towards the ceiling. And then come down towards your hips. Let's use the breath. Inhale as we take the arms up. And exhale to come down. You can start to increase that range a little bit if it feels good to you. Maybe taking those arms overhead, but watch that the ribs don't come up. And exhale, let's take them all the way back down. Let's do that a few more times. This time, take the arms overhead, and as you exhale, I want you to press really firmly into your feet as you float the arms back down. Inhale, arms go up and over. Exhale, press into your feet as you bring the arms all the way back down. Let's do two more like that. Last one here. And as your hands come towards your hips this time, let's take just one arm up and over. And then let's switch. So bring that arm down as you take the other arm up and over. So let's scissor those arms this time. Just breathe however makes sense to you, because obviously we've got one arm doing one thing, one doing another. So taking those deep breaths. Two more. And then floating your arms all the way down so they're both down towards your hips. And then bring your hands down towards the floor to give you just that little bit of stability here. We're going to take it into a single knee fold next. So take a breath. Then as you exhale, let's bring one leg into a tabletop position. As you inhale, just release that leg back down. Exhale to bring the other leg into tabletop. And inhale to release back down. So we're going to keep going. You're lifting on your exhale. Some days you feel a little bit more wobbly than others, and that's fine if you're wobbling around a little bit, don't worry. I'm a little bit wobbly today. Two more, one more on each side. Last one here, and then just lowering that foot down. We're going to just pause again here and take some deep breaths. Good. And then when you're ready, just gently slide yourself to the side so that you can come off that roller and then just roll it away from you and lay yourself back down onto your back. Now it's up to you if you want to keep your knees bent or you want to straighten those legs out. But let's just allow our body to integrate that sensation, just enjoy that feeling of relaxation. And again, just take some deep breaths here. And then we're going to bend our knees to place those feet into a hip width position, feet flat, knees are bent. We're going to take it into a spine curl, so allow your arms to come down by your side. Take a breath here, tilt your pelvis towards you, and as you exhale, I want you to keep tucking, tilting your pelvis as you lift your hips up towards the sky. Pause in at the top for a breath in and then exhale as you slowly, slowly roll all the way back down. Go again, tilt your pelvis towards you, and as you exhale, roll up. Pause in at the top for a breath and then exhale again to roll down. Let's just do one more like that. And as you come all the way down this time, just bring your knees into your chest. Give your knees a little hug and let's just rock gently side to side, just giving your back a little release and a little massage into the floor. So we're going to use our soft squishy ball next, so grab your ball and we're going to place it under our pelvis. So press into your heels, lifting your hips, and then place that ball under the back of your pelvis. And we're just going to allow our body to settle here. So let's just again focus on our breath. Even when you're not moving and you're just breathing, your body is releasing, it's relaxing, it's figuring out what it needs to do to stabilise and balance. So although you might feel like you're not doing very much, your body's still working super hard. I'm going to take it into a pelvic tilt now. So take a breath here, and as you exhale, tilt your pelvis towards you. As you inhale, just coming back into that neutral position. Again, as you exhale, tilt towards you. As you inhale, come back into a more neutral position. So just go with the flow of your breath here, tilting that pelvis towards you and then back into neutral. Let's do two more. And as you tilt your pelvis towards you this time, I'm going to keep that pelvis tilted towards us. See if you can keep that tilt as you bring one knee in towards you. Can you bring that other knee in towards you? Can you find your balance here? And if you can hold on to your knees. If you need to keep your hands or one hand on the floor, that's fine too. But can you let those knees come apart and cross your ankles over? So you've got one ankle crossed over the other. And maybe pull those knees in towards you. So your pelvis is tilting really far back. You can maybe feel your upper back pressing quite firmly into the floor. And we're going to take some deep breaths here. So this is a really nice release for your upper back. Let's just cross those ankles over the other way. And again, take a couple of breaths here. So if you can't get your hands up without falling off the ball, just have the knees drawn in. If they weren't coming super close to your chest, just have them wherever you can. It's got to work for you and your body. Let's just take two more breaths in this position. And then we're going to place the feet back down on the floor. So releasing the legs just one at a time. And allow your pelvis to find that more neutral position again here. Let's just hold again for a moment. Take a couple of breaths. Letting your pelvis anchor down. And then we're going to slide one leg out long on the floor. So just start to gently slide one leg out. Once that leg is fully straight, push out through your heel. Pull the front of the foot towards you so you're really flexing that foot and lengthening the back of your leg. And then slowly, slowly drag that leg all the way back in. Let's do the same on the other side. So you're going to lengthen the leg out long, slide it along the floor. Once it's fully straight, push out through your heel, pull the front of the foot towards you, and then gently, gently slide it back in.
Let's do one more of those, just like that on each side. Taking that moment to really stretch. And then come back in. And again, lengthen the leg. And stretch. And bring it back in. We're going to add an arm this time. So as you reach that leg away, let's take one arm up and overhead and stretch. Fingertips to toes. Push out through your heel and just lengthen. And then gently, gently guide. Arm and leg all the way back in. Let's do the other side. Reach the arm, reach the leg. Press out through the heel, reach from your fingertips. And gently, gently come back in. And again. Switching sides, opposite arm, opposite leg reaches. And come back in. Let's try both arms, as long as you're not going to fall off your ball. Can you slide one leg out and reach both arms away, stretch, press out through that heel, and then draw the arms back in. Other side, reach the leg. Stretch. And draw the arms back in. Again, one more on each side. Remember how I said that fascia extends right to the tip of your middle finger? Really reach with those middle fingers. Last time. Push out through your heel, lengthen, stretch. And gently, gently come all the way back in. I'm going to bring one knee in towards us now. So again, just take a moment to let your body just settle again, because we've been moving it around. And then we're going to bring one leg in towards us, and we're going to just hold behind that knee. So pulling that knee as deeply in towards your chest as you can, hold behind that knee. Your pelvis will have probably tilted back on the ball, that's absolutely fine. I'm going to hold here. We're going to keep hold of this leg with the same side arm, but your opposite arm is going to come down to the floor. I'm going to do that little floor angel. So we're going to have the back of the hand on the floor. We're going to slide that arm out along the floor and up towards your head. And then it's going to come all the way back down. Do that again. Slide that arm out along the floor. Got all of my toys in the way. And then gently, gently bring that arm back down. Let's do one more time. And as that arm comes back in this time, we're going to straighten that leg out towards the sky. It doesn't have to go fully straight, but straighten it out a little bit. And then we're going to lower that leg down towards the floor. And then we're just going to slide that leg back in. Let's do the other side. So just bringing the knee in. Hold behind that knee, pulling that knee in towards your chest. Let's hold here. Again, let your pelvis roll if that's what it wants to do. And let's just take some deep breaths. And then again, we're going to hold that leg with that same side arm, and the opposite arm is just going to slide out along the floor and up towards your head, and then gently come back down. Just do two more. Just all about unwinding tension through your body and just finding that release. As your arm comes back down towards your hip this time, again, we're going to let go of the leg. We're going to straighten that leg out. It can go fully straight or just have a little soft bend. And we're going to gently lower that leg all the way down to the floor. And then we're going to slide that leg back in. We're going to bring both knees in again to our chest now. And again, you can hold your arms on the floor if you need to, or you can hold onto your knees. Let's hold here. So you want to try and keep that pelvis in that tilted back position. I'm going to hold on to one knee and we're going to straighten the other leg out long. Can you keep your pelvis in that tilted back position as you start to slowly lower that leg? If you need one hand on the floor for stability, that's absolutely fine. Lower that leg as far as it will go without your pelvis tilted. So we still want to keep that tilted towards you so your pubic bone is higher than your hip bones. If you go too far, you'll find that your whole pelvis will go the other way and your back will arch. So find that point at which we're still in that tilted back position, and then just hold that leg there. If you're feeling super stable, you could add that just gentle, slow side to side waggle of that long leg. I'm very wobbly today. It's a challenge for your stability. And then let that leg come all the way down a little bit more. Can you still keep that pelvis tilted towards you? Can you keep it tilted towards you? Once you feel like that pelvis is going to tilt the other way, we're just going to bend that knee and bring that leg back in. Okay. let's do the same on the inside. So we're going to hold on to the other leg this time. We're going to straighten the leg out, keeping that pelvis tilted back towards you. Can you start to lower that leg down? Just take it as far as it will go without losing the tilt. Might be different on this side. I don't feel like I've gone as low on this side. And again, if you need your arms down, you can have your arms down. You don't need to hold your leg at all if you don't want to. And you can do that little waggle. Ooh, if you feel like you're going to fall off, then put your arm back down. A little bit of a waggle. I feel like that ball's going to go shooting out from under me at any minute. And then again, pausing in the centre, see if you can lower that leg any more without losing that tilt of your pelvis. And then when you feel like you can't go any further, we're just going to bend the knee, let the foot come down to the floor, and then just pull that knee back in. Let's just hold again here for a couple of breaths. Alright, we're going to come off the ball now. So placing your feet back down one at a time, lift your bottom off the ball, and then just place your bottom back down. Again, you can stay knees bent, or you can straighten your legs out long and just allow your body to release, to integrate, to just take note of any changes here. Just hold for a few breaths. Now we're going to bend our knees back in. Feet and knees together, take your arms out to that T and let's do a spine curl here. Allowing both knees to gently roll to one side. Coming in through centre, take them over to the other side. Just go at your own speed from one side to the other. We're just using this as a little bit of a mobilisation, so don't worry too much. Just do what feels good to you. Maybe your knees want to go, maybe your head even wants to go the opposite way to your knees as you go gently side to side. Pausing in the centre, bringing those legs into tabletop. Let's do a little spine twist there. So a little bit more work because you've not got your feet on the floor, so it's a little bit more load. Don't go too far, just go as far as feels okay for you. Let's do one more on each side. And as you come back into centre, just lowering your feet back down onto the floor. We're going to find our little spiky prickle balls next. And you're going to put them under your bottom, one on each side. And remember, you can move these around a little bit if they need to go higher, lower, wider, closer together, whatever feels good to you. Once your balls are there, we're just going to shift our hips or slide our hips side to side, a little bit of a roll here. Can we have a little shimmy on the mat? That's what I was looking for. A little shimmy, a little gentle rock side to side. I like to move around to try and make sure that I've kind of covered everywhere and roll up and down a little bit. Alright, come to rest in centre. Let's do a little pelvic tilt here. So take a breath, and as you exhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis towards you. As you inhale, just finding that neutral position again. As you exhale, pelvis tilts towards you, so pubic bone higher than hip bone, and then coming back into that more neutral position. Let's just do that a couple more times. And then come to rest. Let's come to rest in that neutral position, so hip bones, pubic bone on the same level. Let's see if we can keep that level pelvis as we bring one leg into tabletop. So lift the leg as you exhale, lower as you inhale. Other side, lift as you exhale, lower as you inhale. Keep switching sides, trying to maintain that level pelvis. So nothing else is shifting, it's just the leg moving. You can feel how when you lift that leg, there's more weight pressing down onto that ball. Allowing that ball to sink a little deeper into the muscle. to release a little deeper. And then as you lower that leg down this time, let's hold it there. Let's go back to those leg slides. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Reach one leg out long, slide it out long. Push out through your heel, pull the toes towards you and reach that opposite arm away. And then gently come back in. So there's no rush to this, just go nice and slow. Opposite arm, opposite leg, slide. Push out through your heel, reach through that middle finger. And then gently come back in. And again, reach. Push out through the heel, reach the middle finger. Gently come back in. Come on, should we try both arms? Let's do both arms as you reach. And come back in. If you have trouble with your foot sliding, pop some socks on. If you've got socks, it's a little bit easier to slide. Last one here, reach. Push out through that foot, stretch, and come back in. Okay, little rock side to side again, adjust your balls if you need to. Okay, we're going to cross one leg over the other now, so come back into centre. And let's cross one leg over the other. So we're not going into a number 4, we're crossing the legs, so we've got thigh to thigh, and these legs are quite close together. And then we're just going to rock side to side here, so kind of letting your knees rock. So as you kind of come onto one side, your weight's almost coming off that ball onto the other side, and again, you're feeling that weight shift and that pressure on those balls, allowing them to sink deeper into the muscle. As you roll your legs to the side this time, we're going to hold there, so we're going to hold on that one side. Take some deep breaths. Let's have that opposite arm angel again, so we're going to slide that arm along the floor, opposite way to the way your knees have gone, and then just gently, gently slide it back down. Let's go again. Reach the arm. And gently come back down. Let's do one more little arm angel here. And as your arm comes back down, let's roll ourselves back in through centre. Keep your legs crossed. Roll your knees to the other side. Let's do the arm angel on the other side. Sliding the arm out along the floor. Again up towards your head. And gently come back down. Nice and slow. I kind of like to turn my head the same way my knees have gone here. So that as that arm angel is on the other side, it's just releasing tension through that neck and shoulder. And then as your arm comes all the way back down this time, just roll yourself back in through centre. We're going to just switch the legs over, so we're going to uncross the legs and then cross them over the other way. And again, remember, we're not looking for that number 4. We want side to thigh, legs fully crossed. And let's again just rock our knees side to side. If you need to adjust your balls at any point, please feel free to do so. Okay. Let's again roll our legs to one side. I'm going to go back to that first side. So rolling your legs to one side, and let's do those little arm angels again. Maybe try turning your head the same way that your knees have gone. See how that feels for you. Does it feel different now? One more time. And as your arm comes back in, let's roll our knees back in through centre, and let's take them over to the other side. Let's have the arm angel again. Now if for any reason this crossed leg doesn't feel nice to you, you can just keep your legs uncrossed and just roll both knees to one side. So if it feels like it's a little bit too much with legs crossed, feel free to go just both knees to one side. As your arm comes all the way back down, uncross your legs, coming back in. Let's do a little rock, side to side, rolling out those glutes. Let's take the balls out for a moment. We're going to pop them back under, but let's just have a release for a moment. Oh, it's so good. It feels so good, doesn't it, when you take them away? Letting your legs out long. Let's just have a little reset. Hold here for a couple of breaths. I don't know if I like it best when we come off the foam roller and we feel the spine, or when we take the prickle balls away from under our glutes. It just feels so good. So we're going to pop the balls back under our bottom. You're going to need your strap for this one, so make sure you've got your strap handy, and then pop the balls back underneath. We're going to place one leg in the strap. So place the strap around the base of your toes, the ball of your foot. Make sure you're happy with the position of the prickle balls. And then all we're going to do with this leg in the strap is we're going to bend it, and then we're going to straighten it. Now I want you to create your own resistance. We're going to pull on this strap, and we're going to bend the leg in. And as you straighten the leg, we're going to keep pulling on the strap and resisting that straightening of the leg. Push out through your heel. Do that again, bending the leg in. Push through your heel and resist that strap straightening. Two more like this. Last one. And as that leg goes fully straight this time, we're going to keep pulling the front of the foot towards us, pressing our heel away. And then we're going to lower that leg down towards the floor, and then sweep it back up towards the ceiling. Do that again, lower down. And lift it back up. You can take the leg as low as you like and bring it as high as you like. Again, this is a release. Let your body do what it needs to do. If this other knee kind of wants to drop out to the side, let it do that, that's okay. Good job. Alright, we're going to just switch the legs over now. So, switching legs. And we're going to do that little bend and straighten again. Resist, bend, and really pull on the strap as you try to straighten that leg out. Push out through your heel. Do one more. And as that leg goes fully straight this time, keep pressing out through the heel, pull the front of the foot towards you, lowering that leg down towards the floor, and then sweep back towards the ceiling. Lowering and lifting. As that leg comes all the way back up this time, we're just going to bend that leg in. Get rid of your strap. And let's just have one more hip shift side to side, rolling out those glutes. Maybe go in little circles or side to side, whatever feels good to you. And then take the balls away. And again, let's just take a moment there. Lengthen the legs out long, or keep your knees bent if you prefer, and let's just take a few breaths here. Just enjoy that sensation of relaxation and softness. Okay, we're going to roll over onto our front now. So make sure again that you've got your prickle balls and your strap nearby, just in case you need your strap. But we're going to go into our quad stripe. So come over to your front, and then lie yourself fully down, and we're going to bend one knee. So we're going to go into our quad stripe. So see if you can reach back to grab your ankle, and if you can't, just loop your strap around your ankle and use that. And then you can rest your forehead down on your hand if you want to. And we're going to try and be as relaxed and as flat into the floor as we can possibly be here. So notice if there's a great big space under the front of your hip, and see if you can think about sending that knee away from you to allow your pelvis to release down. We're going to just hold and take some deep breaths. And then we're going to release that leg out long. And do the same on the other side. So bending the other leg in. Again, reaching back, see if you can grab your ankle. And if not, just use your strap. We don't want to be causing any strain here, so don't struggle. Try and be as relaxed as you can, taking those deep breaths. And see if you can release your body down into the floor. And then just releasing that leg out long.
We're just going to take a moment to push ourselves up and back into that child's pose, into that rest position, just to give your back a little stretch out. And then we're going to go back into our quad stretch position again. And we're going to take one of the prickle balls with us this time. So if it feels too much with a prickle ball, you're just going to do that same quad stretch again that we did. So let's come back down onto our front. And we're going to place one ball under the front of the thigh. Let's just kind of have it in the middle of the thigh. And then bending that knee, and again reaching back to grab your ankle.
And rest your head down here. Now you can move that ball a little bit higher, a little bit lower if you need to. But it does tend to be quite tender on the quad muscle on the front of your thigh, because it does tend to be quite tight. So if you can bear with it, then do, because it will be doing great things for your legs. You might choose to keep this leg still, or you can gently rock that leg side to side. Again, just playing around with the pressure of that ball on the front of that thigh. Alright, and we're going to release that leg out long. Take that ball out from under that side, let's place it under the other side. And then again, bending your knee. Can you grab your ankle? How does it feel on that side? Taking some deep breaths and just trying to relax as much as you can. Again, you might choose to keep that leg still, or just gently rock and roll that leg around a little bit, just to play around with that ball on the front of that thigh. Good job. Alright, and then lengthen that leg out long. Get rid of your ball. Just lie down here for a moment, noticing how much the fronts of the thighs are touching the floor. Maybe you feel again like they're a little bit flatter. So we're not going to hold the leg this time, just bending one knee in and then lengthen that leg out long. Do the same on the other side, bending the knee in and lengthen the leg out long. Just do one more of those on each side. Maybe you feel like your pelvis is much flatter on the floor than it was before.
Push yourself up and back again. Let's find that rest position and just give our back a little stretch out. And then when you're ready, slowly come on up. So we're going to grab the prickle balls again, and we're going to lie down for the cranial release, where we're releasing right from the crown of our head all the way down to our tail. And we're going to just take some time, take some breaths, and work our way through. So grab your balls and then lie yourself down on your back again. So I want both balls behind your head. Now if your hair's a little bit soft and silky and the balls are sliding everywhere, you can kind of put them under your hair or grab like a towel or something to pop over the balls, just to give you something to help them grip a little bit.
And then lie down, knees bent, feet flat. You can close your eyes if you want to and just be as relaxed as you can here. Take some deep breaths. Notice if your body is surrendering and allowing it to relax and sink down, or whether you've got a lot of tension there and you're trying to lift away from it. See if you can sink down, be heavy. Again, once it's started to relax the very surface of your skin, it will start to sink a little deeper. And just like the rest of your body, your scalp also needs a little bit of attention. It really does benefit from some massage and just getting the circulation going there. You could just grab one of the spiky balls and just kind of rub it all around your head, and that would be a really nice relaxing thing to do. Sometimes I just get a hold of my hair and just give it like a little pull, you know, just to get a little bit of movement here. Alright, let's move the balls down a little bit. So we're going to go from the back of the head to the centre of your neck now. Place the balls together in the centre of your neck. And it kind of makes your chin lift a little bit. That's okay, as long as it feels alright for you. Remember, with the prickle balls, any electric shock or nerve type sensations, just come away from the balls and just lie down and relax. But sometimes you get that kind of nauseous feeling or that bruised feeling. Sometimes you can kind of get like almost like a popping, not so much in your neck, but other areas. Sometimes it can kind of feel like popping, like bubbles. So stay with the balls in the centre of your neck if it feels good to you, and go super slowly. Start to gently turn your head to one side, super slow, and only as far as feels okay for you. Let your shoulders relax. You wouldn't want to do this with a hard ball, so not even a tennis ball. It needs to be a ball that's got some give and some squish. You want to be very careful with our neck. Once you've gone as far as you can one side, start to go slowly, slowly back through centre, and over to the other side. Just see how it feels, one side to the other, super slow. If you don't like moving your head, feel free to just keep your head still. It's always about what your body needs and what feels good to you. You've gone as far as you can, start to slowly come back into centre. And then just pause there, a couple of breaths. Let's move those balls down again now. So we're going to bring them to right where your neck and your shoulders meet, so kind of right at the base of your neck. Now, if your head feels like it's too far to get back to the floor, this is where you can grab yourself a folded up towel, or you can use your soft squishy ball under your head if you need to. If your head's quite comfortable and it feels alright, leave it. Let's again take some deep breaths here. Let your body be heavy, sinking down. It's often around the shoulders and the upper back that most people hold a lot of tension. So this tends to be the areas where people do start to feel that little bit of nausea as that tension is released. So just taking those deep breaths and trying to be as relaxed as you can. Now, if we come to an area that just doesn't feel right for you, you can always go back to the area before that we did, or if you know where you're going, you can move on to the next area. We're going to move the balls down again now. So we're going to take them now to right where the shoulder and the back meet. So it's not on your arm, it's just to the inside. So it's just on your kind of upper back shoulder area. And to be fair, you can't put it in the wrong place. There's nowhere that would be wrong on your back and shoulders. So I try and have it so it's just not quite on my arm, it's just in a little bit. And then I try and have them level, but you can't see what's happening. And sometimes just with tension in your shoulders, they might feel like they're really off, whereas actually it's just the tension in your shoulders. So again, just relaxing down. If you need something under your head, grab it. Arms wherever just feels good to you. I kind of like to have my hands for some reason here. Out to the sides would be better, especially if you can have that palms facing up, because we're encouraging that open chest and shoulders. Can you sink down? Use your breath to help you relax. We're going to move the balls again now. So we're going to move them in, and they're going to go between your shoulder blades. So again, it takes a little bit of moving around to get them in the right spot. You want to have them together and they're between your shoulder blades. Now you might feel like your head's going too far back. Feel free to grab something if you need to. Again, I quite like this. If it feels okay for you, you're in that little bit of back extension here, so as long as it's not making you feel dizzy or sick or anything, then it's absolutely fine to be here. Softening, relaxing using your breath. Arms just wherever feels good to you. You can take them higher if you want to, if that feels good to you. How do they feel on your back? Just tune in. Notice. Do they feel like they're at the same height? Do they feel like they're the same firmness? Is the pressure the same on both sides? We're going to move them down again a little bit now. So take them down, and this time they're going to go between your bottom of your rib cage and the top of your pelvis. So kind of that soft, fleshy bit in your back. One on either side. And then again, lie down. So, sometimes that can feel quite intense there. Again, feel free to move it around. It's quite a big area. You can take them closer together, wider apart. How does it feel for you there? Is it creating tension elsewhere in your body? So check your face, check your jaw. How are those shoulders feeling? We're going to move them down again. They're going to go down slightly, so just to the top of your pelvis. You know where you have the two dimples right at the bottom of your spine? Can you find that area? Again, doesn't matter too much if you're not in exactly the right spot. Anywhere is good here. Find that. Bottom of your back, right at the top of your pelvis, and then just relax there. Scanning through your body again, just checking. Are you clenching your teeth? Can you find softness anywhere else? We're going to move the ball again. So we're going to take one ball out and we're going to place one ball right on the back of our pelvis. So push into your heels to lift your hips with this one ball away. And we're just going to have one ball under there. A few breaths. So keeping that ball where it is, we're going to just gently float one leg into a tabletop position. We're going to slightly straighten that leg out. It doesn't have to be fully straight, but it can be if you want to. And then we're going to lower that leg down to the floor. But as we're lowering that leg, I want you to imagine that somebody's got hold of your foot and they're pulling it away. So it's creating space into this hip as you reach that leg out long. Take that leg all the way down to the floor and then just slide that leg back in. Let's do the other side. So find tabletop first. Straighten that leg out, doesn't have to be fully straight, and then lowering that leg down. Again, imagine that leg's being pulled, we're creating space, lengthening from your hip, lowering the leg all the way down, and then just slide that leg all the way back in. Pushing into your heels to lift your bottom, take that ball out from underneath, and lower your spine all the way down. Choosing to keep your knees bent or straighten those legs out long. And we're just going to hold here for a few breaths. So you might choose to stay here now, to relax, to do some breathing, let your legs roll out and just chill out. Maybe have a little snooze, maybe you feel like this would be a good time to have a little snooze. So I'm going to switch the video off for you now, but feel free to stay there for as long as you like. But when you are ready to come up, just come on up slowly and just move your shoulders and your head around and just gently, gently wake your body up before you go off and finish the rest of your day. So as always, thank you so much for being here. I hope that was nice and I hope that your body enjoyed it. I'll see you soon.